Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about the Camillus titanium versus the Mora knife today. A little bit of an outdoor review compared to my tabletops. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video and like and subscribe. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a test comparing the Mora knife and the Camillus titanium. Let's get into this. I'm going to go ahead and set that down. The papers for later. Alright, let's get these unsheathed. So I have videos talking about both of these individually. I've used this knife quite extensively. That's why the bevel is coming up. It's all scratched up, used, whatever. Still a great knife. And this is practically brand new. I don't really use these knives. The first test, just to kind of preliminary, I guess, we're going to show how sharp these are. So, keep this guy pretty sharp. Alright, now same thing for him. So, very similar. The Camillus is a little bit sharper, factory edge. I could get the Mora knife sharper than it is right now, but it will suffice for the test. First thing we're going to do is bring this stick, just kind of cut off some edges and mess with it to show you how the knives do compared to each other. So the Mora really chewed into it really well. I think there will be the same result with this knife. Oh, I guess I was mistaken. So, I guess the video probably isn't showing it that well. But maybe I hit a soft spot with the Mora. I say that. So, the Mora does seem to bite a little bit better, even though it's just slightly duller. So kind of why I'm showing this, it's not necessarily something you'll have to do while camping, but it is something that can be useful. You can see the little pieces it left behind are great for fire starting with chips, just in general. So that test is done. The next is feathering. Just a little bit of feathering. This is a pretty dry, dead piece of wood, so it's not like perfectly ideal for feathering. It is if you're trying to start a fire, but as you can see, the Mora bites really well, and we have nice fine, like this stuff is paper thin. All right, we'll just continue on the same spot, kind of clean it up a little bit so it's a fair comparison, I suppose. This knife, I can tell it's sharper, but it's still struggling to get bite. Now we did get some nice feathers in there, and they aren't as thin, but they'll both be usable. All right, get that out of the way. The next thing we're going to do, and this is something you're most likely to do with a knife while camping, is cutting some rope. Pretty simple, not anything special, but let's see. And this isn't 550 cord, this is a little bit heavier. This is stuff you'll find in like Eno hammocks. Alright, the Mora, start at the tip and work back. One cut. Whoop. I won't be surprised if the Camillus does the same or even better. Oh yeah, the Camillus cut right through it. Like I mentioned before, the Camillus is slightly sharper, but it's also this blade geometry. When you start pushing from here, you get more of a bellied cut. It forces more of the knife to cut through deeper, in a sense. Next up, and this is kind of more on the lines of like car camping or something. You could do this backpacking. If you want to clean up a stick to put dinner on, say marshmallows or whatever, and don't want like jagged edges or something, a knife is really handy. So we'll start with the Mora again. Come in and cut right through it. It's doing really well. Get some of this stuff off. Nice. All right, using the same stick, different knife. Let's do this again. It is working, and it's really, there's not a huge noticeable difference between the Mora. So, both work great. Next, and this is going to be a big one we're about to talk about, the ferro rod. So the Mora actually comes stock with a rounded spine. It doesn't have a sharp edge to the spine. I put mine on a belt sander, you can kind of see it's kind of ugly, and made it flat so I'd have a 90-degree edge to hit a sparky rod with. But this is a fresh one. It's kind of cheap crap while I'm using it for the video, but we'll see. Getting some okay sparks. Now that some of the paint is off, we will do the Camillus. All right. Same spot as before. Oh yeah. So the Camillus really did a good job. It's just factory 90-degree sharp corner there. That's what that back spine is really used for on these knives. We'll try again with the Mora. Okay results, but still not just amazing. So neither of these knives are really intended for splitting wood. So that's not something we're going to test here. They're going to be really similar, and I don't think it's necessary to test something they weren't intended to do. But beyond this test, we'll talk about them a little bit if you haven't seen my other videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. The video kind of cut out, but I covered most of the points I was planning to talk about. So this is post recording. So I really hope this was informative, and if you liked the video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks guys.